Hi, I'm Amberthest. This is what an Amberthest is. Is Amberthest the name my mama gave me? No, it's not. I'm not trying to hide my real name, and I feel like right now is a good time to just say that, so in the future there's no confusion of if I'm trying to hide my identity or if it's like a big secret that my name is not Amberthest. It's actually Julie. That is my name. But Amberthest is also my name, so they're both my real name. I will respond to both of them if I even hear you. Somebody was apparently yelling my name today or something, and I didn't hear them at all. I didn't hear any voices. So if I hear you, I'll respond to either name. They're both my name, and I'm not trying to hide Julie, and I don't hate the name or something. I love it. I love my name, but I just have two names, and I'm weird like that. And lately I've been having just this problem and trying to work out, how do I even introduce myself to new people? It was a little bit of a confusion thing in high school. Mostly, yeah, high school, because middle school it was just in my own little weird world when I came up with the name, so it didn't matter. When I got to high school, I moved to Tennessee, I started introducing myself as Amber, and that was okay. And some people knew me as Amber. I'm sure that there were people who were confused, and, you know, somebody's talking about Amber, the other person's talking about Julie, and they don't realize it's the same person. Probably happened. I'm sorry to all those people I confused, and I'm continuing to confuse, but now I'm out, in the real world, and my name isn't on, a roll call list, so when somebody asks my name, it's, up to me to decide, am I Amber or Julie? And so I've just been hi, I'm Julie and Amber, and, not in the same name, like some people think. I'm just bad at explaining it. Amberthest is a completely separate name, and it's mine, completely. Julie, I share that name with random other people. I like that it's not, the super common, especially in my age group. It's mostly, actual adult people who have my name, so it's always fun to meet people with my name. I feel like if Julie was a super common name with my age of people, then I probably wouldn't like it as much. But I think it's really beautiful, and I like meeting other Julies because it's rare. So that aside, I don't hate my name. I'm not trying to get away from it. I just happen to have two names that I connect with. And Amberthest, I'll start by telling you the story of how the heck that happened. Just so, there's this reference video now. If you need this story, it's right here. I can direct you to this story. Yes, rambling on. Okay, I was in 7th grade, and there was this game between me and some friends, and specifically an enemy of mine. It was the friend of all my friends. And you'll probably hear more about that all the time in the future, because this is the basis for a book series that I've been working on that will not be ready for a while, so don't ask. And we all had our alternate personas in this other world, and we never, of course, spoke of it not being real, and we all acted as if it was real, and we had these personas, and we had other names and types of different species. So I had to come up with a name, and I had forgotten what name I told to my enemy. So, because I didn't write it down, and I forget names easily. I forgot what name I gave myself. So I went up to her in class, and I'm like, do you even remember what my name was? Just, see, can she tell me what it is so I remember? But she was like, actually, I forgot. And I was like, well, it's Amberthest. And I just walked back to my desk and I'm like, oh, I gotta write that down. So that's the whole story of how Amberthest came into the world. I didn't even think about, like, if I have to make up a new name, it'll be like this. No, it just came out in that moment that I needed it. So I went home, I like Googled it, and it wasn't like some suggestions like something similar to Amberthest that I misspelled, you know, like it usually will if there's no results. It was the actual, we found nothing to match your search. Try again. So I was like, oh wow, I just made like this name that doesn't exist anywhere on the internet. So I took advantage of that when I started making accounts online. And yeah, like Facebook and everything, I started making accounts under Amberthest. You know, I was in middle school and I knew, like, try to protect myself online as a little kid. I was like, alright, I'll use this other name and it's fine. And it was also like a way to separate myself from like where my parents could find my stuff. Not that I was doing anything shifty online, but I'd write stuff like stories and I'd post them on my account. And they were like private for me and like my friends and whatever. They didn't want like real adults and parents reading them. So as a little middle schooler with my persona, I created like the person that I wished I could be. That I just dreamed of being and never like thought that I really could be such an awesome person. And so I gave her like the careers, like she was like an artist, a musician, and an actress, and all these things. Like she could talk in front of crowds. She was not like shy and scared to talk to people like I was. Yeah. And so through her over time, like I talk about the old Amberthest as like a separate person, and also like the storybook character Amberthest, because yes, Amberthest is my character in the book. But there's a difference between the old Amberthest from middle school and early high school and the Amberthest like late high school till now. And the difference is, at first I used my persona as like an escape from my own reality to like be the person I wanted to be, and over time Amberthest and me became like the same person. So now there isn't that separation of like Amberthest is who I want to be. It's like Amberthest is who I am and I want to be who I am. So I've grown basically. Through that name, like I'm reminded of like my journey from honestly being depressed and not liking myself or my life at all, to loving myself and my life. And you know, I can get through stuff now. And I've also been given, like I mentioned, the confidence that I got through the name of Amberthest and the character of Amberthest. So another little story to go along with that. This is one of like most important stories that I have, probably. Like it's very important to me because I remember it as like a milestone in my life. My aunt got married and I was in the wedding as a reader, and I had to read like this little, I don't know, like Bible type thing. I don't know what it was. I don't remember any of the words. And it got to be the day and we were like in the car driving to the thing, and I hadn't practiced or memorized any of it. And so I was suddenly panicking and terrified, and I was like, Dad, I cannot do this. I can't do this. I cannot go in front of like so many people, like my own family members I don't even know, and then my new uncle's family. Like I can't do that. I was so scared. I remember like feeling like I had to quit. I had to not do it. I was reading over this thing. I was like, I'm gonna mess up. It's gonna be terrible. And then something inside me was just like, but you're Amberthest. So then I was thinking about like Amberthest goes on stage and performs her music and she's not scared. And Amberthest is my persona. Amberthest is me. I'm Amberthest and I can do this. So I just kept kind of like repeating in my head on the way there and like breathing and calming down. I'm Amberthest, and I can do this. I can speak in front of the people, and it will be okay. And so I got there, and I had this confidence of like, I'm Amberthest, and Amberthest goes on stages, and it's okay. And when it was my turn to go up there and read the thing, I did stumble on one word, like I messed it up, but I caught myself like so gracefully. Like I didn't freak out and stop. Like I probably would have if I wasn't like convincing myself I can do this. And you know, I just like stumbled on the word, kind of went, haha. You know, I can't even describe it because it was too smooth for me. Like, it was me, but how did I do it? I don't know. And I did the thing, and it was great, and I felt great, and, like, I know that I projected my voice, and I did it right, and of course, walking off of the little stage area, I know it's not called a stage, it's the church thing. I should know it, I went to church for many years. But I tripped and almost fell in my nice dress and everything, and I still didn't get like super embarrassed about it. I went back and sat in my spot, and I was like, alright, I did it, I'm done. And after that, like, all these people, they kept coming up to me and like asking me about it and saying, wow, you did so well, because I was like, I don't remember how old I was like a kid type thing, an older kid. And they were like, what? You've never spoken in front of people before? What? How did you do so well? It was perfect. And I was like, what? I did a good job? So it was kind of like, that was probably the turning point of where Amberthest started to become me. And go farther away from like the Amberthest that I wanted to be, and I realized that I didn't have to wish I was somebody else. But of course that change didn't come like instantly. That was like a gradual change. And then one day I just realized like I don't have to wish I was somebody else. I can just be me. And I can do the things I want to do. Like if I want to speak in front of people, I don't have to be like held back by being shy and nervous. Because I am shy and nervous, but I can do it. And not because Amberthest is somebody else who's me, but because I'm Amberthest. I can do it. So that's a story that I strongly connect with the name Amberthest. Now you know. I feel like I've made a video somewhere that mentioned that story, but it was probably on YouTube. Whatever. I haven't looked at my YouTube videos in a very long time. It's another little like tidbit thing about the name. Back when I looked it up and there was no results, I was like, alright, I want to come up with like a meaning for this name. So like I got to define my own name, which I didn't like think about at the time. Just like started breaking up Amberthest into different little pieces and figuring out what the pieces meant, and came up with like this list of things that I happened to like everything on the list. They all felt like they related to me in some way, and I resonated with them and whatever, and I came up with a definition. Amberthest means of the trees, which fits even more into my life and who I am now than I realized at the time. Like, I've always loved trees and nature, but now I'm that hippie person. I'm the tree hugger. I care about the environment and trees and everything, like, earth related. So it's even more fitting now that I've found my obsession. That's my name. And I got to define it as, like, that's its dictionary definition. And just all the other details that come together is, like, I get to define Amberthest. There are other people with the name Julie. I'm not the only one. And you can go on the name dictionary and look up what Julie means. But it doesn't describe me. Amberthest describes me. So that's who I am. I'm Julie, but I'm also Amberthest. Like, anywhere as an artist, as a writer, as a vidme creator, I'm going by Amberthest, and I'm trying to build up that identity. And I'll always be Julie, and I'm not changing my name legally to Amberthest or Amber. But now I'm gonna start probably introducing myself as Amber more than being like, I'm Amber and Julie, and you can decide which one to call me, whichever one you like saying better, because that doesn't work, and it just put awkward pressure on people. That's what I've been saying for years. And a little other tidbit, I think I didn't mention this, but I meant to mention it like 5 minutes ago or something. I am a pagan witch person, and you may know of like magical names or whatever, spirit names maybe, I don't know like tons about it, but if you find like the witchy people who have like the really naturey, mysterious names, that would be their magic name. So once upon a time, like long ago, actually just probably a few years ago, as I was discovering my path as a witch and a pagan person, I was like, wonder what my magical name would be. And then like the other voice in my head, it's all my voice. It was just like, Amberthest, magical name is Amberthest. So all these like things come together into the name of Amberthest. And yeah, so that's me. I have now all of my name information at you. I don't think there's anything else, like any stories related to my name yet that I can tell you, but yeah, I am Amberthest, and that's what an Amberthest is. It's me. It's the identity I get to create for myself, because nobody else is Amberthest except for me. I'm done. I'm gonna go write or watch more videos. I should probably do more dishes, but I'm just gonna do nothing for the rest of the night because I just did all my talking and I'm done. Thank you so much for watching all the way through my weird story of what the heck an Amberthest is. If you'd like to be a part of my future adventures, follow. That's the best way to do that. I've got all my words. I've got all my social medias, website, everything in the description of all my videos, so yay! You can check that out if you want to like interact with me somewhere else. You can send me a private message if you're too shy to comment, which I mean, maybe then you'd be even more scared of sending a message. I'm a shy person, so I understand. Have a nice day.